Hi, I'm Scott, and I work out at the base as a contractor. And we always hear about quiet time. Pastor Joe emphasizes quiet time, and so I do my quiet time. I go to work early, and I got to be there by 6. So usually I'm there somewhere between 5:15 and 5:30, and I'll listen to on my iPhone. I'll listen to a chapter of the Bible. So I'll listen to it, and it helps me to charge my battery, so to speak. There's so many things out there in the world that we can get all caught up in. So to me, it helps keep my mind on God and look up to God and to keep grounded in Him and not get caught up in the things of the world. It helps. Well, I think if you're going to share the gospel with people, the more you read it, the more you become familiar with it, the easier it is that you would be able to share it. I haven't memorized stuff since, I probably haven't memorized verses since for a while. But I paraphrase, or at least be able to say, hey, I read this, like Ephesians 2. I grew up as a kid. It seemed like the religion that I was in, it seemed more works-based. Hey, if you don't go to Mass on Sunday, it's a mortal sin, and different things. But in Ephesians 2, or maybe it was 1, said that, hey, like we know, it's by the grace of God. It's not works-based. It's all by God's grace. Christ died on the cross for us, so which is important. Yeah, it's kind of weird. A few years ago, I took a Bible study at Pastor Joe's house. I think it was The Way of the Master, and they were talking about sharing your faith. And we had some tracts, and I took them to work, but I never approached anybody. But a couple days later, I seen them, and they were stapled to a piece of paper, and it said, "Hey, there's no place for this at work." And now, fast forwarding, this was maybe 5 years ago or whatever, but fast forwarding to now, and there's a guy that comes in, and he also does his quiet time. He reads the Bible or whatever, and he's open about it. And there's a few other people that I know that go to church, and we have open discussions, and we don't have that big stop sign put up, hey, don't talk about that here. Nobody says, hey, I'm offended. So maybe it's rubbing off, or maybe people aren't offended, or I don't know, but maybe the Lord's working, just the example. I'm not doing it for anybody, just for my own self, and hopefully other people benefit from it. But